is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and we are doing a no run-through review for the new expansion to Between Two Castles, Secrets and Soirees. If you want to know how Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig play, you can definitely go check out the run-through for that. But yeah, this is an expansion sent to me by Stonemeyer from a game that I value very, very highly. I absolutely love the base game. It took, to me, the best parts of Between Two Cities and Castle Mad King Ludwig and combined them and made a excellent combination of both, while still also, in my opinion, allowing you to own all three. Mm-hmm. But if you don't want to own all three, I think this is the way to go to capture kind of both of those. Now, we've already done a discussion with the base game. So Secrets and Soirees includes basically solo modes. So two ways to play this game solo. I have a run through and a discussion for that, so go check those out. But it adds 2 new rooms, secret rooms and activity rooms. So what secret rooms? Pretty much all they do is they are duplicates of. They have arrows on them. That's all they have, and they duplicate the room that they are pointed at in every way. Like they copy the portrait, or they copy decoration. They copy the scoring, and they copy the room type, so it all counts towards the bonus of 3 or 5. Mm-hmm. In the activity rooms, kind of take what the expansion to cities had, not the expansion, but what cities had, where it's like, hey, this wants to be next to this, but not next to this. Right. Otherwise, it's going to be worth less points. That's pretty much all the activity rooms do. So what do you guys think of those 2 rooms?
I like the activities room just because there's just so much room for activities.
Oh, yeah.
No, I like them. I think it's fun. I like that the secret room is basically just like a ditto, and because that can really help you. Yeah. And then the activities rooms are just fun. Honestly.
Yeah, the activities rooms, I think, give you a little bit more spatial awareness when trying to decide how you want to actually build the castle, which is something I liked in the Between Two Cities. Was kind of like, oh man, okay, we really want to get maximized points, so we don't want to put this around these, because it's either, it only gets points for the orthogonal, whereas it gets negative points if it's surrounded by anything of that type. Yep. And it's either 1 point per, so it could be a total of 4, or it's just going to be 1 point. Yep. Brett, what do you think?
I agree. Fits in just beautifully with the base, and adds more to think about, adds more to strategize about, without being overly complicated, without breaking anything. And again, thematically fits perfectly with both of the source materials.
Exactly.
Very impressive how they've combined both of these into a single game.
Right.
Especially this expansion.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job, because once you get the base, or once you get the expansion, they actually, thank God, came with a sorting a tray that fits into the base game, where it's all nice and snug, as if it were like game trays, or to where it all just fits perfectly. Really glad that they brought that in, because it would have been extremely annoying if you had the base game with the nice dividing trays, and then this one just came with like bags or something. I'd be like, what the hell happened? But nope, they came with their own tray. What's still extremely weird though is they didn't make the trays wide enough to hold all the new tiles. So you have to weirdly kind of like organize. Like, it's not super user friendly, because like if you want to get the new, like they come with ballrooms, which is what the activity rooms bring in. These don't have like their own section. Like you have to kind of divide them and put of the regular tiles on top of them. So that's just kind of weird. And that's more of just a production standpoint. And then also the what are these called? Utility scoring cards, bonus cards. The new ones are slightly bigger.
Really?
Yeah. So I hate that. I absolutely hate that they're not the same size. Which doesn't matter if you sleeve them, but it's just annoying otherwise. I just hate it. But
if it's not perfect, it's crap.
This is shit. Just throw the cards. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all this expansion brings. The secrets, and then the activities. And then also there's the ballrooms. Which the ballrooms are pretty cool, because ultimately, yeah, the Between Two Castles has the semi-cooperative nature, where it's like we obviously want to work together, everyone in the best possible way, but because if you only ever focus on one castle, then it's like, oh, hey, 100 points, 3. Well, my final score is 3. But the ballrooms add, it's another type, another special room type, but it actually, you get points based off what your neighboring castles have, which is very nice. It allows you to kind of get a little bit of points off of your opponents. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like, there's not really a whole lot to talk about, except, is this an expansion do you think should people run out and get?
If you like Between Two Castles, and you've played it a few times, and you're kind of like, I wonder if there's anything more.
Yeah.
There's more.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, unless you really love complex strategy, semi-cooperative nature of the original, and you really just want more of it right off the bat, I'd say you can wait on the expansion, but you'll probably want to get it eventually if you play this a lot.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, Between Two Castles got a 10 out of 10 for me, so this expansion just keeps it at that. It doesn't, like, lower it. It doesn't make the game. It just gives you more of a great thing, in my opinion. Kat, what do you think?
I totally agree. It's just a good thing that got better, basically.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy it. I don't think you should be, like, pounding down doors and, like, beating people up.
Right.
Get it, but...
You're not going to run to the sweet Stonemeyer booth at Gen Con to grab this expansion.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like I said, it also does come with a solo variant, which is the initial game. I mean, it had a 2-player variant, but nothing for solo. But yeah, so if you want to know how that plays, once again, definitely go check out that run-through and discussion. But yeah, it's fantastic. I think that I obviously I want more. Like, I'm kind of, at this point, I would love if they only supported this and expansions for it did replace Castles and Between Two Cities. So then you would only just need this. Because between the two, this is obviously way more closer to Between Two Cities than Castles of Mad King Ludwig, because Castles has the auctioning and the price placement. So if anything, this completely replaces Between Two Cities, except the Between Two Cities expansion adds goals that people are trying to compete for, like public goals, which I think that they could add to this. They could honestly, I think just keep supporting it with different room types, because the 2 that they added to this, I think, are extremely unique. And, I mean, not in any way, like, overly complex. No. It's not like, oh, now that we have this tile in, like, oh, God, that changes the way the whole game's going to be played. Right. Nope, because you're still... Nothing is changed fundamentally about it.
And neither are they broken in that they're so valuable.
Right.
That the first player gets them, oh, this castle's fantastic, beautiful. Now I got to worry about the other one.
Right, now I got to worry about this shithole that's it's my side project. Yeah, exactly. They... Like, no room is just like, oh, well, we gotta have this. Now that we have the out the window tile, like, that copies this, it's just like, sometimes, I mean, I will say that when you get the expansion, really shuffle them together, because secret rooms, I mean, don't do anything for you if you have nothing to copy.
True.
Usually, when secret rooms are valuable is whenever you kind of already have your castle somewhat built, maybe like halfway through the first round. Yeah. Then it's like, because like if it's like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll copy this outdoors. Like, all right, we're getting no points for that, because you never know what the tiles are going to be like.
Yeah.
And my initial worry with having more of these tiles, especially one, like I said, that is kind of useless, is that it didn't change. You don't have any more rounds. You don't draw any more tiles. Like, the game is played exactly the same. Now you just have more in the pile. But of course, they gave you in the expansion. It wasn't just those 2 new rooms. Like, you got more of the regular rooms as well. Right. But yeah, the other thing that might be annoying to some people is that they obviously didn't reprint the sleeping rooms to take into consideration the activity room.
Right.
Like, so that's not printed on any of the sleeping rooms.
Yeah.
But there is a section in the rulebook where it just says, hey, sleeping rooms now have to have 6 out of these 7.
Yep. So
instead of the only 6, it's just now activity rooms count.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. So with that being said, let's talk about something that they promoted in their rulebook, which is the app, which I did not know was a thing. The Mad King Stewards is a fan-made app available on iOS that is very helpful for endgame scoring. What do you guys think of the app? First of all, $5.
Yep.
It's a $5 app.
I'd say it was helpful. I'd say it did not replace scoring by hand.
No.
As it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I just let you do it because,
I mean, it is... I would say... So really what the app is it's a glorified scoring mechanism. It kind of scans and keeps track of all the tiles, and then you select, do you have any of these royal attendants, and do you have any of these cards?
Yeah, stuff that it can't scan easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I like.
And it can't score one room type because that room depends on the other 2 other surrounding castles.
So, I mean, essentially what you have to do right now at this point, I mean, who knows, the designer of the app might fix it. But as of right now, it does not take into consideration the secret rooms. It takes into consideration the activity rooms. Mm-hmm. So it does include the expansion, but for some reason the secrets weren't being recognized.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess makes sense. But I don't
think so. I mean, I'm not an app designer, but I am a programmer, and I'm like, you can scan for that logo or that color.
Yeah.
And you can see the direction the arrow was pointing.
True.
And then you know what that is, so you can duplicate that.
Right.
There's got to be a fairly easy way to do it. It just was an oversight, or we weren't using the app right.
Right, which, I mean, there's no instructions on the app. It just says, hey, point it at the throne room, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And, which I will say, I like, I'd rather it have me manually input the royal attendants and the cards than trying to scan it, because that would just be annoying.
Yeah.
It's quicker to do that. And even though when we were using it, it didn't count the secret rooms, it was still way quicker than having this waste of fucking paper. Like, these are such a waste to sit here and for one thing be like, okay, how many food rooms you got, Kat?
Yes,
1.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, 0. Okay, this whole line is wasted because you don't have food rooms. And then adding it up and then being like, all right, 62. Okay, that's it for that sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we had to do was figure out where it was wrong and add those numbers in.
That was it, yeah. Because, I mean, this one, it said it was like 60 or something.
Yep.
And then it was just like, oh, it didn't count. And you could see it on the app, which is nice. Oh, hey, did it score that? Because we looked at the, what was that, the dumbwaiter, and it said 0. And it's like, oh, okay, well, like, so that's we'll just, right. That's not right, okay. And then, so we just added it up because and I think it was missing 12 points.
Yeah.
Which was, I mean, this is a significant amount because I made this castle 72.
Yeah. But it took us less than a minute to rescore.
Yes.
Versus
we probably would still be scoring.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. And you're not wasting paper, you're not wasting time. Yeah, it was really quick just to be like boop boop boop. Okay. And it keeps track of all of them.
Yep.
Like in the order. So the app is extremely nice. Is it worth $5? I don't know.
If you're gonna play a lot, maybe.
Which I mean, lately we've been playing this game a lot.
Yeah, right.
Just as a time saver.
Yeah, it is a nice app.
It's nicely designed. It's beautiful graphics.
Yeah, I mean with the way that these score pads work, and especially if you're playing solo, you waste even more paper. Like last time we played, I took one sheet and I just divided each section because no one's gonna have 15 food rooms, and if they do, then they're not getting the rest of these. Yeah. So you waste the entire sheet.
I would say just for the $5, but also thinking of the time it took us to figure out our scoring for all 3 of ours, we could have just scored 1 manually.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth it. If your collection's not super big, or if you just really like this game and you play it, frequently, I think it was a big help.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Not an official Stonemaier Games product. So, I mean, obviously, it is in the rulebook, which is kind of neat that Stonemaier is like, hey, they gave a shout out to it in probably didn't pay the guy but who cares? I mean, why would they pay him? He's charging $5 for a fucking app. Not even full-fledged games or like Through the Ages is even. I don't even think that's $5.
Yeah. Although they're starting to full-fledged games are creeping up.
So yeah. I mean, then you just kind of go out like that. I took off the token to see if it counted for that.
Oh, that's a thought. If it actually reads the type and the arrow.
It did. The token was throwing it off.
Oh. So a requirement of the rules is not a requirement of the app. Interesting.
Right, yep. So...
But that's fine.
Yeah, because it is... Yep. 72? It is literally right there, and it shows on, like, 68. Huh. So we must have added incorrect somewhere.
Interesting. How now we trust the app.
I know, right?
But it's less likely to make math mistakes than we are.
That's true. So that's okay. So hey, these tokens that you're supposed to put to remind you if you use the app,
take them off.
Then take them off because we. There we go. Then you just hit the circle, and then there's that, and then none of that. No, there we go. I see. It just
Oh, because of that one too.
Yeah. That's why. So yeah, it's still 72. But still, yeah, the tokens that you use for the app or for the expansion to remind you of what the secret rooms are mimicking, if you're going to use the app, take them off, and then it takes you literally, I mean, I just scanned it twice in like 2 seconds. Just whoop. So yeah, now
it's worth more.
Now I will say it is worth the $5, at least for me, if you are playing this game a lot. If you break it out every once in a while, I wouldn't say it's worth.
Right.
Or if you really like doing math by hand.
I was going to say.
Yeah, if you're really into meticulously counting every single tile, then it could be for you. But with that being said, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Secrets and Soirees? Brett?
I'm on the spot.
Yep. Wait, it better be a high number.
4. No.
That's not high.
Out of 3.
I have a weird ranking system. 1 is garbage, 2 is average, 3 is great.
Phenomenal.
And 4 is rotten again.
Yeah, 4 is bad, 5 is average, 6 is great.
As an expansion, I'm going to say 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it is exactly what it should be, and nothing more and nothing less.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I would also agree. Yeah.
Cool. So that is our thoughts on the Between Two Castles of Matt King Ludwig Secrets and Soirees expansion. Keep making more. I think this could go. I mean, I'd probably say another expansion, and then that'd be a good
maybe one every few years or so.
Right.
Like Star Wars movies.
Yeah, and just make them bad. It starts like the expansions start going downhill when Stonemaier gets bought out by by Asmodee. That's when it starts to turn to shit. Asmodee in this case being the corporate greed of Disney. Also, Asmodee is highly anti-Semitic. That's not true. Oh start like slandering.
I heard.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying
that it might be, and you can't disprove me. Anyway, that's our thoughts on the Secrets and Soirees. Let us know what you think of the expansion or the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.